Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is episode number 9 of the Two Normal Guys podcast. Once again, here with Jack. How's things, Jack boy?
Not bad, mate. How's yourself?
Yeah, not bad, mate. We're here with TikTok sensation, social media superstar, YouTube extraordinaire, Max Munro. Max, how are you?
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good, man. So going straight off the bat, I just want to say, I think you're funny as fuck. I've got to say, I've seen you on my For You. I'm a bit of a TikTok addict, I won't lie. You a TikTok man, Jack?
I seen your van on. I seen it off Twitter, to be honest, and I was actually in tears, man.
I was mortified. I was absolutely mortified when that was on Twitter.
Right, so how come? Because surely you've got to expect that it's going to go out with the realms of TikTok, no?
No, because it was when one of my pals texted me and was like, "Mum, was watching you at the kitchen table. What's going on?" I was like, "You'll not get TikTok." And he went, "No, you're on Twitter." And then my heart was in my mouth. I was like, "Oh fuck, it's Sunday."
So, was that the Glasgow Uni one? Was that the one?
Two of the Glasgow Uni ones went up, and then another one went on Facebook. The one on Facebook was alright because like Facebook's nowhere near like as popular in Scotland as Twitter is. Something about Scottish Twitter that's so like it's funny apparently, but oh fuck, I was mortified. I was absolutely mortified.
So again, like we've kind of got different topics to do stuff like that, but I'll go right back to the beginning. So obviously you're a very funny guy, you do your TikTok and stuff like that. Would you say you're like a class clown? Would you say you're the class clown or?
No, mate, see, to be honest, man, see at school, right, no one believes me when I say this, I'm quite quiet, but I just annoy folk sometimes when I speak. That's when I speak. But
See when you were messing earlier and you're like, I'm just finishing school, I was sitting there and I was like, oh god, I'm going to die soon, I'm so fucking old, man. Like, man's at school.
No, but the class clown thing, see, even like in town as well, when like people recognise you and stuff, they expect you to be like something about laughing, making them laugh. But I'm not really a talker. I'm just a kind of right.
Yeah.
So you like come to TikTok? Oh, I follow you. Oh fuck me, I don't. Can you still see me? My dad phoned me like that about it. No, but folk come like when I go into town and that down like the city centre, you get quite a lot of people like, oh, you're like I fucking follow you, like, oh right, Gregor, and then you're like,
it's like comedians today. It's like that whole thing, like, oh, make me laugh. It's like I'm not a fucking performing monkey, cunt. Like I'm not going.
Lucky if I don't get you a job. No, I mean that.
Now, obviously, you went mega famous. See, in school, do you get slagged at all after your pals, or do they just kind of go along with it?
No, it's like see the alley thing. Like I used to like when it got big, it was a character I had alley, just me with my hood up, a bit slow. It's actually like based off one of my pals, like. And like he knows that it's him I'm written it, and like I wouldn't say I've got a big group of pals, but I've got a supportive group of pals, and I don't do anything to get slagged for. Like, I'm not biting my lip and rubbing my hands together. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of do my own thing. No, I get a few folk like see like a couple of the first years and that they're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
So I just got that joke about the biting the lip. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about as well. They seem like nice guys, but
no, I love it. There's a few like Mark Hamilton, and Johnny McVeigh. Love them to bits, man. They've actually been like, see like during lockdown and stuff. I started struggling a bit, and I kind of came off it for a while, like a couple of times. I was just texting him the whole time, man. Like Mark's like people just think Mark's this TikTok star, right? Like, I don't know why I've got a hammer. Anyway, people think that Mark's just this TikTok star and just does all this like pretty boy stuff. Mate, he's like a total businessman. It's mental. Like all the stuff he has in the background with his clothing brand, promotion, brand deals, and marketing. Oh, he's doing well for himself. And then you get me eating a packet of Sunbites.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that because you were a little busy bee before this, were you not?
Aye, mate. Aye.
Is that on the down low, or is that?
I don't even need to be on the down low. I don't really say much with it. I was just kind of speaking to a company about like monetization. I don't really want monetize, man, because then I have to kind of put a filter on it. But like I said, fuck that. Why you put a filter on it? Because then that's not the stuff people like, is it?
Exactly. You need to do your podcast holding a bang energy drink like that, right down the camera, man. Like
exactly. Sitting there tanning it the whole time.
Sorry, let's just get into that. You seen these videos, Jack, where people advertise the bang energy drinks on TikTok?
I've heard about it, but I've not seen it.
Right.
So the actual walk about like this. Like that.
I'm not even kidding on. I think part of the advertising is that they make it dead obvious, but then they pick up what is clearly an empty can and go, and then they're like, fuck off. How much money is that bang making? Because they're spraying out cash on adverts.
Aye.
Like,
there's one as well. There's a brand that got in contact with me, the coldest water. They never get back to me, but it's quite raging. They basically want everyone's adverts to. It's all about brands facing the camera. Like that's what's going to be the future. That's how people are going to make money. Do you know what I mean? Like all to do with branding away from you. But I don't know about stuff like that. I don't want to become one of the ones that are brainwashed and start dancing and throwing it back with a can in my hand.
Yeah. Do you remember that people used to try and flick the bang can by throwing it back? Do you remember that TikTok? I was like years ago. TikTok, man, fuck. She just a pure random point. Do you know who Jack Mate is? A YouTuber. Jack Mate, ginger, blonde hair from Norwich. He's got the Happy Hour podcast. Basically, done with that. But he's the reason that we started our podcast, blah, blah. But he strikes me in the same way as you. When he first started doing brand deals, he was like quite nervous about doing a brand deal because then all my audience might go, you sold out and everyone could leave. And it's like, nervous.
Aye, that's exactly what I'm worried about. People thinking like, right now he's in it for the money. No, mate, I'm just in it to kind of spare time kind of stuff. And then it's a brilliant idea to use the platform for raising money for charities and stuff. So that's the game plan. Money.
That is the game plan. We'll move into that. I'll let Jack jump into that bit about the mental health.
Was that any reason that you started up your podcast? You mentioned earlier that you kind of struggled through lockdown. What was that like?
In like earlier years, when I was like 13, 14, like 4 years ago, so like I don't know what happened. Like something just kind of turned around. It was a long weekend, and I got into like a really weird situation where I wanted away from my school. Wasn't really speaking to members of my family. I'd never really had any solid group of pals. I ended up moving to a different academy, and after that, I just kind of started noticing wee depressive episodes. But I was like, okay, everyone gets this. It was like everyone gets down in the dumps. And then when lockdown hit, I was like, oh, this is like a godsend. This is brilliant. Like I'm gonna have time to myself for 3 weeks. Remember, it was meant to be 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And we maybe got 5-6 weeks in, man, and I realised that I would do so many small things to distract me. So see, at school, concentrating at school, 6 hours out of your day, if you're doing a 12-hour day, say you wake up at 10 and go to sleep at 10 or whatever, right? I noticed like I couldn't fill up my day anymore, and then I ended up just sitting there. And beginning of lockdown, I started doing this really weird thing where I would just lose focus and then lose total motivation. Like I've done boxing for a few years and I just never felt like going a run. And I don't know why. I don't know like what clicked, but I used to go out cycles every night. I used to walk my dog everywhere. And then when I started not being able to do that, and I never had structure to my day, I went off track. And then eventually it just all fucking crashed and bummed. And I was like, I came off the app for a few months, and I was oh Christ, I needed to do that. I wouldn't have. Don't think I'd have gotten any better. And then
do you feel like the app has an effect on you? Do you feel like you kind of fixate on the numbers somewhat, and that has an effect, or not as much?
I feel like I don't. I remember looking at my phone and seeing like 7,000 followers and being like, that's fucked up, that's mental. Like, me and my friends went to see this band called the Capollos. They're absolutely brilliant. They've won a few awards and stuff and a few prizes. And we went to see them at Room 2 in Glasgow, like near Mandela, like Street, that kind of area. And I had 3,500 followers, and this boy came up to me and went, "You're one of the funniest cunts I've ever seen." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I follow you, mate." And then I was like, "Oh, 3,500 votes, that's quite a lot." And then it just started ticking up. Like, I never had a video that took me from 3,000 to 20,000 overnight. It's like just been a constant 80 to 100 a day for however long. And sometimes it's a wee bit more than that, but it's been a long haul to get 100,000, man.
You've got 100,000.
Mate, I can fill Wembley. 10,000 people waiting outside.
You could fill Ibrox twice. You could. I was sitting this last night. 100. That's fucking mental.
Mental, like, mental.
Do you ever sit back and just go, I can't believe that a tenth of a million people follow me?
That's one thing. It's like, numbers are all good and like it's brilliant seeing that. Like, I get 3 million likes this week there, and I was like, 3 million, like that's half the population of Scotland.
Hell,
like,
in a week.
But then that's like, think about it, that's like, see, like these big massive creators like, that Charlie, I don't know how you say her second name. I mean, she dances, or she can go live on TikTok, and there's a limit where you can only make $10,000 a stream, right? She can go live for less than 50 minutes and 10 grand in her pocket. I'm working every Saturday, Sunday, and during the week just now to help buy my first car. I'm not taking any money from the PayPal people give. I donate freaking 20% of my wages, and I'm just waiting for the chance for someone to notice that, and then me get a bit of help as well. But I think the one thing
we'll link your Instagram below, because you can jump over there and they just donate to the PayPal, don't they? And then you collect the end of the month and you send it across.
Yeah, and then I send back like a percentage of it as well, like whatever's made in that week. Like, Young Minds actually tweeted my thing and said thank you for your support. But I'm definitely looking for that kind of next step from just like TikTok itself, making 15-second videos talking to myself. I think there needs to be something else there, another opportunity.
So I've got you talked about being a partner with kind of mental health charity. Is that a goal, or is that something that you've already achieved, or stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's like being an ambassador for mental health, there's working with charities. I think I'd like to, I wouldn't say have my own, but eventually maybe a monetized podcast that all the money from the podcast goes to charity, or work with young minds. One thing I'd like to do, see when I finish school, I'd definitely like to go and talk in academies into like first year to kind of third and fourth year. Those are like foundation years. Like your brain's like a bit of clay, and one argument can happen and can put a massive lump in that, and then it goes hard by the time you're fifth and sixth year, and you just can't function properly.
See, I've mental health, right? So, Jack, see, let the listeners in behind the curtain here. See, can you see like a wee green line around me?
No.
Yeah. Well, it's round. Basically, you can only see one person at a time. So I was going to say, Jack has fucked off. But going into the mental health kind of side of thing, we have spoke about doing an episode on it in the past, right? And we've not, but it's because I struggle with it quite badly to the extent where I'm not in the mindset to talk about it right now. I think eventually we probably will, but it's also, without sounding harsh, is it that interesting for people because we signed up, we're a jokey, fun podcast, if we suddenly start talking about depression, anxiety, suicide, it's like, people are going, what the fuck is happening here?
It's two niches, it's comedy and mental health. They're two very different things. It's tough with me as well. I feel like you need to be so careful with your humour and finding the balance of what's acceptable to say and what's acceptable to find funny. Like, I could sit with my pals round at my pal Gibbs, and someone's sitting with a phone who tied up, and I'm like, oh, what are you hitting a depresso for? Like, but I can't say that because I've got not a responsibility, but I've kind of built up people's trust, and I've never met them before, and I feel like me having dark humour or anything, a lot of people take offence to a lot of things nowadays, but it's because people's eyes have been opened and media have portrayed things that saying this is wrong and finding that funny is wrong.
Yeah.
And now that I've got these two mega different things on the scale, really serious, people's health, and then having a laugh, you need to somehow keep it real so that, you know.
Yeah, I think. You got any thoughts on that, Jack?
No, I was just about to ask the charity football match. But I agree with what you said, but just to kind of move on to the next one, I seen on Twitter the other day you'd agreed to do a charity football match. What specific charity is that for?
Young Minds, definitely. Young Minds have been the one that have been there since day one. Man, like that's the first charity that I looked into with help for my mental health, and I mean the support I got back was fucking unreal. So I think they deserve. Yeah, I think they deserve everything. Yeah.
So what's I understand it's still the very early stages of that, but what's the kind of the idea? Because it was I don't know who he is, but it was a ginger boy, wasn't it, on Twitter on TikTok, that said something originally, wasn't it?
Yeah. So tell you what happened. I actually got a message about this earlier from another creator, and I had to kind of clear things up. So see at school just now, I'm studying like mental health, and it's called a mental health award. It's like a qualification in a sense, right? And in the past, before, I've raised money and donated money, but just through PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the school thing, we were talking about doing like a fundraiser walk for the school, maybe like a walk or something. I was like, okay, but a bunch of lads that are fired up want to go run around the pitch, really going to do like a sponsored walk. Why not? If people want to do a football match, they can do a football match. Let the boys and girls go national, let some boys and girls go a walk. And then I seen that thing, and I've messaged them back and I've said, I have not said to anyone that anyone can't be involved. I'm like, I don't understand why people are getting hostile over charity, over money for a charity, and are not claiming ideas, but are almost like, oh, that's my idea. Like, I seen it.
Wait, hold on. Who's doing that? Fuck off. No way.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't really want to start like.
Is it? Was it the guy that?
No. But I'm not really spoke to him much. I just commented on it. I was like, sounds amazing. Like defo. I duetted his video, and in the video, fair dues, he does say that it was requested on his live that someone should organise a charity football match. Now that word "someone" hit me like fucking boom, light bulb, mental health, voila, right? But then at the end, I realised he kind of mentions that he was like going to try and arrange something. But then after that video was posted, I never seen any hands on deck. I never seen anything anywhere about it.
Yeah, he's got to talk, but there's no walk at the end of the day.
It might be behind the scenes, he might be doing work on it, like fair dues, yeah, like I understand, and I'm willing to work with him to make something happen, but I feel like I'm just wanting something, when I'm speaking to this boy, I want something that's like going to happen, going to be live streamed on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, posted as well. I feel like this kind of other idea is have a kick about in a field and like have a wee laugh and then take a few buckets, if you know what I mean. Like I want people to be like up in Inverness sitting watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know,
I think see if you were going to do it, you'd that was fucking funny. If you were doing it, you'd fucking balls to the wall, you'd get it going, and like I think potentially you could get a lot of people to do that, because with it being funny, you've got 100,000, Mark's got 200,000, stuff like that. You just have the impact to get people out there doing it. You could I reckon you could get even up to like 8 teams, like a wee mini tournament, like 8, 11-a-side teams. Because like we had a boxer on last week. One of his pals, he sadly took his life a couple years ago. They'd all be down for playing in it, stuff like that. And it's like, if you, like you said, if you live stream, put the GoFundMe or whatever it is below, I reckon you could get a lot of money. You could get, and like with the clout that you guys have, you could get a lot of eyes on it. If you know what I mean.
And I mean, like fiver ahead to come and watch or something. I know you're a lot like crowds and stuff just now, but fiver ahead, stick it in the bucket, and it all like, well, maybe need to pay to rent out the ground and stuff, and then like obviously I'm going to need to ask staff, like security and like volunteering and stuff. But I mean, it's a really big thing that I'm organising myself just now, and I think I need to sort of.
Well, I reckon I'll mail you after this, because I reckon I've got someone that will pay for the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they already done it for Glasgow Children's Hospital mental health charity. So I reckon I could probably do that. We should probably not on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, mate, even if you say all the players that come, if you can't get a crowd, all the players that come get a fiver, and then just say to them, if somebody was going to come, grab a fiver off them. We got £20.
Even like raise £150, and then you get the chance to, like, I mean, it's not coming out of anyone else's pocket. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to pay £150 towards the fundraiser, feel free. But like, I feel it'd be a good way to get followers involved in a sense as well, but with the same skill capability and like a decent age group. Because obviously, like, fucking 6'2" Johnny McVeigh slide tackling 14-year-old Darren for Kilmarnock is not really there, is it? But I think there's definitely going to be a bit of work to it, and I'm going to tweet the absolute life out of Lewis Capaldi. Oh my god, I'm going to go for him.
Do you know big what's he doing now?
Gary Fawkes.
Yes, that's a good one. That was the first time me and you ever spoke. You were on TikTok Live, you said who started my podcast, and I said Gary Fawkes, and you're like, that's a fucking class shout. Who said that? And it was me. That's the first time you ever spoke. But, do you know who Flip the Mindset is? Kenzie Fitness. He's got like 80,000 on Instagram. He's like a big, massive mental health personal trainer thing. He'd be all over that like a rash. He's got his own podcast and stuff like that. He would be all over that like a fucking rash. He'd definitely the game, actually. But I'm in his room because the cunt's fucking huge. Like, oh mate, big round head. I'm keeping that.
He might be huge, but does he ken my bra?
My dad pump your anyway. Right. I want to go back to the Glasgow uni accents. Right? Did you get a little bit of needle back off that? Come on, man! That's a fucking joke.
Mate, it was quite. It was pretty bad, mate. Honest to God, it was like children. Not even children. It was like I was looking on these boys' Instagram pages, and I was like, I could see they tagged each other in photos, so like they obviously knew each other. And I was actually like, I was replying to every message, ha 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 ha, as much as I could. Like, please go and get a grab.
What, go on, what kind of stuff were they saying? What kind of stuff
see the one where it's like, I'm like that, I seen it on, I feel there's one of the ideas kind of came from one of their Instagram stories. I don't know why I follow one of them, but he's like, have you seen his later? He's like a little orange disposable one, little sparker, and I heard him call it a little sparker, and I was like, this mate, this guy has not called this a little sparker. And I was like, okay, that.
So good.
And he was through, and see the names. They took offence to the names: Gregor, Frey, Heather, Lauren, like all the Newton Menzies names I could think of. But,
the fucking accent is so good.
Exactly.
Because I've told Jack obviously knew. I messaged Jack and like I said you're coming on, he's like, I knew who you were. Then I messaged someone else that I'm friends with and said you're coming on, they're like, oh, and you know who you are? And both of them were like, oh, he's got like 6k on Insta. Like that, mate, see that line now? Fucking creased me, that line, man.
It's like I'll get one of my good mates, one of my good pals, Parzanani. He does all this fitness routine stuff, right? He's absolutely wild. You know Parza, yeah, mate. He is some boy. His chins are banging as well, but like not in a way that I fed off that. But see, once I said that and posted it, I was like, shit. And that's it's like I'm taking that dig out of him. But like I was trying to say like, you know those guys that are like they'll sell anything. They'll be like, do you want to learn how to trade in Bitcoin this weekend? It's only 300 quid. It's a startup course, mate.
All you need to do is put in $5,000 and you can make £50 a week for the rest of your life. Like they fucking see the idea. It's like what is it? Those you if you not always want to be financially free, fuck off. Like, that's class. I was going to say something there and I totally forgot. People have turned off by now, mate. Our average watch time is about 5 fucking minutes, man. Right, okay. Jack, say something.
No, I was just going to ask, following up about the backlash, do you find a lot more people try to be like pally with you now you've got a bit of a social following?
What's a kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I wanted that question.
Yeah. Like, I mean, but not like local people, but there's like situations like
collab?
Mm-hmm.
Is there people wanting to like collab and shit that you've just never spoke to?
They're talking about us, you cunt. Talking about us.
There's a Scottish content creator when I started up, I was on like 20 odd K, man.
Yeah.
And he went through me, and
Really?
I've never been slaughtered before. Like in like a video, and he was like, "This wee guy thinks that part of talking to himself is hilarious, is it?" And he like turned to himself, "No, thank you," and like done the thing I would do, right? Absolutely slaughtered me, right? So I was pretty impressed. I made a screener just like I just let it loose, and I was saying all sorts, and then he messaged me and he was like that. Never meant to start any beef or anything. Can we just like did I be civil? I was like, okay. Unfollowed me, blocked me on Instagram, blocked me on everything, blocked my Twitter for some reason, and then when I was on like 102K recently, and it came up that he followed me, and I was like, and I messaged him, and I was like, hey,
give him the name. Fuck him. Who is it? Wait,
no,
wait,
I can't. No.
You can chat it. Put it in the chat, and then I won't read it out, right?
Wait, where's the chat?
That should pop up, and then you can put it in. I want to know how it was.
Nah, definitely.
This means nothing to the audio listeners, but
they can't see this.
I won't say. I just want to know how it is. See if I know. I've got one person in mind. That's not her. That's not who I thought it was.
No, I think that.
Nah, I thought.
Yeah, that was all over nothing.
I've never even heard it. That's who I thought it was. Would that have been far off?
No, you're right about something else in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen Mark was no happy with him as well. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Like everyone that's came from Scottish TikTok knows what I'm talking about. But we'll move swiftly on from that.
Aye, please.
Do your teachers know? Have they brought it up? Do they say like, "Oh, I think you're a big man on TikTok now"?
Nah, you get like some of them kind of like go, I seen your thing on Facebook or whatever. But at work, sometimes you get like someone kind of goes, "Oh, I think I've seen you on my son's phone." Or I made a video about a woman in Tesco, and she was like, "Oh, my grandson got me this app, and your face was all in it," and I was like, "Good."
Aye, because she then commented on it because you call it like 75, and you like 51. You wee dick.
Aye, mate, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
That's excellent, man. So what does he do for it? Are you kind of, is it public based where you do see people all the time?
I just kind of work my shop, like just shelves. Sometimes when I do, that's like spit it really, and just kind of, you see like a person I know, and I'm like, alright, and then sometimes you see someone and they're like, "Oh, we're just up for sell quotes for the day. Just come to
just to see you, Max. You're that fucking funny, mate. If you want to be. Right.
So, what does your girlfriend think about the newfound popularity?
She's actually, well, she's like, okay, it's like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
So I've been with Mel for what, 2 years, and I mean sometimes you're like, I mean, I can understand. I mean, if 100,000 people followed her, I'd have my fucking heart in my mouth every night.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but my follower base is something crazy, like 93% male and 7% female. It's absolutely like 1 to the 100, if you know what I mean. I mean, whatever you prefer, whatever floats your boat. But I don't think I really do stuff to attract young men. I think they just find it funny.
You and Mark must have
she's kind of
complete opposites.
Oh my god, yeah. But she's easy. Like, she's really proud in a sense, and like she thinks what I'm doing's like right and supports me with everything and all that. But I don't do anything. Like, I don't try and doll myself up and make myself look good or fucking. No, I mean, no offense, Mark.
Image of you looking like the fucking Joker from Batman.
Oh, no, but I've not done anything to really think of that. And in fact, I've never been shirtless in a TikTok.
I don't want to throw you under the bus here, right? I don't want to throw you under the bus. Do you get DMs and that, or messages like questionable ones, like where they're like, "Oh, Maxie, you're so hot."
No. Someone said, I think I've seen you in town. I got that one, and I was like, "How did you know it was me?" Because of that shit. And that was actually hilarious. I was pissing myself with that, but I've never had anything. I've never had any heart eyes, which is a bit, nothing wrong with that. But you get a few questionable ones like.
I'll send you one.
I've asked someone asked me to crush fruit with my feet and sending it. This like random account, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
For how much?
You've had for nothing. I was like, £4 now.
For nothing,
I'm game.
£5,000. £5,000.
Exactly.
And I'm fucking pissed
I've
on it as well.
I've not had anything. I've not had anything.
My mind operates so much faster than my mouth. Nope, that's the other end. Stop talking, Scott.
Questionable.
Yeah, what's questionable to say at least. Right, I think that's been pretty good. We'll finish on some hypothetical questions because that's what we always do. Your hypothetical question, man. Do you know what a hypothetical question is?
Hypothetical means?
A hypothetical is like if me and Jack were birds, which one would you bump? So it's like a situation that's not real. But I'm not going to ask you that one because I know it's me. But so basically, it's like the main one is the snail question, right? So I can give you 10 million right now, and a snail follows you around the world at a snail's pace, right? I can get on public transport, but if it touches you, you die. Would you take the 10 million?
Wait, so it follows me for the rest of my life?
Yeah, it knows where you are, but it can move at a snail's pace. But it can get on a... So you could go to Australia, but the snail can get to an airport and get a plane. However, it's a snail, so the chances are it might not get off the plane in time, and then it could fuck off back to England. So you're basically, I'm saying, would you have a £10 million to be petrified for the rest of your life?
I don't think I could, because I'm worried about going to like Spain and then the thing flying over and then me cutting tracks at France and meeting it halfway and all that.
Exactly. And
no, never.
You would see like the snails have juice. You would see like snail
juice.
Like slime is juice. You'd see slime and you'd be like, fuck me, get me away for that. I'm the same on that one, I've got to say. Mate, I'm worried about just randomly dying in the night. See if I know there's something coming to fucking kill me, then not a chance. Do you want a fire one, Jack? Do you remember them? They're all garbage.
We've got another one. It's if there's 100 balls in a bag and 99 of them are blue and one of them's red, and every time you pull out a blue ball you get £1 million, and when you pull out the red one you die instantly. How many blue balls are you pulling out?
If at all. Fucking right in there. 11. So
11 blue balls.
17 on a wall. So see when you went for that last one, there's so shit in maths. There's 89
and
1 left. So that's dodgy.
I would definitely. Wait, can you look in the bag?
No, you're not.
Because then you just take the 99 red ones. You can't see.
Must be fine.
You thought you could see in the bag, and you still just said 11.
But what if you pick it up and you're like this, you're like that? Jack, is that the red one?
As soon as you touch it, mate, that's it. And you don't die straight away. You get you're terminally ill for a month, so you suffer for a bit first.
I think I'll just go away. A scratch card. I know. I'll fuck that, man. What do you get me from?
Right, I'd say that's pretty good. We'll finish on a question I want to ask everybody. Max, what is the most important thing in life?
Most important thing in life? I don't know. I'm just like a 17-year-old guy. I'm kind of alright with quotes and stuff, but one thing I would say is that mentality is everything, and apart from trying to, you know, if people want to find love and get married and stuff like that, be objective about life and don't be emotive, because as soon as you start getting emotive, you could straight away lose track and drop all your ambitions for one thing, one person, or if it's an animal, whatever. Just don't look at things with love. Love happens and will happen in time. It could take 5 minutes, it could take 5 years. It's just don't try and manifest everything. Yeah, don't try and like, oh, I'm gonna have this perfect life. Like, fuck, you could go down the street and be like, fuck this, I'm gonna go to Amsterdam and go live over there for the rest of my life. You'll get there and you'll see there's a plane that's 40 quid cheaper and you can go to JFK in New York. I mean, if you want to go and do your thing and have a set plan, yeah, but I've got no idea what I'm doing in my life, mate, and I'm absolutely loving it. I absolutely love it. I don't know what turn I'm taking next or what plane I'm getting on next, but I absolutely love it.
That's really good, actually. So if anyone's got that there, if you've got a girlfriend, Max is saying just sack her.
Exactly.
Right, that is
Don't be
brilliant. Thanks for coming on, mate. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, I must say. It's actually a topic I find interesting.
No danger.
Max,
No danger.
got his own podcast, Unmuted Mics. It's on YouTube. Search for it, or we'll put the link below. Max's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they'll all be linked below. Go and give him a few quid. Go and donate it. Not give him a few quid. Give mental health a few quid. And me and Jack will be back next Sunday. Talking pish. Okay.
Perfect.
Bye to you, boys.
Bye bye.
Bye to you. See you later.
Catch ya.